Good evening. I'm Shamsud Jabbar, property manager with Blue Meadow Properties and team lead at the Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. Antifada Revolution! New Year's resolution! Antifada Revolution! Resolution!
As you probably know by now, New Orleans suffered a terrorist attack in a state that's already consistently ranked as the most violent states in America, that being Louisiana. But this just adds to the toll. And this person, despite his name, which I can't really pronounce, he is a liberal Negro. And the reason why I say that is because when you listen to him speak, first of all, he was born in the United States, served in the military, and when you listen to the video that's out there where he's speaking, selling himself to a real estate agency, I believe, he sounds like one of these, liberal Negroes born here in America that took up one of these, Muslim names. Kind of like a Tariq Nasheed. But this video is about wondering whether this pro-black should be another piece of evidence of why pro-blacks should be labeled as terrorists. Because you can commonly go on social media, in Twitter spaces, spaces on YouTube, and any other space where you're allowed to post comments and videos and pictures, and routinely you hear these Negroes born right here in America, multiple generations born in America, but they're constantly talking about how much they hate America for slavery and racism. And within those conversations, there's multiple threats that are always made. And the fact is, it's a common practice that a lot of these pro-blacks take all of that animosity and bring it to the streets. I mean, case in point, Waukesha, Wisconsin, during that Christmas parade attack, Darrell Brooks. You could find on his social media where he was a fan of George Floyd, a supporter of BLM. BLM, again, group of liberal Negroes. Like obviously they have other demographics a part of it, but the facades, the shields, the face of those organizations are so-called black, and black people openly support it. And we saw the domestic terrorism that they engaged in 2018 and 2020. And now, with the second Trump term, I fully believe they are going to continue to engage in the crime that they've already been engaging in, but an uptick in the terrorist crime. Explosions outside of hotels, mowing people down. And again, this guy mowed down people that weren't just so-called white. They were black. There were other demographics as well. If they weren't Democrat voters, their family were Democrat voters. Same thing, Republican voters. So it doesn't matter when these people launch their attack, they harm all. But again, you'll have demented libtards that will cheerlead these sort of attacks or try to deflect away from the attack, saying, well, that person not really black because you already got that going on. Or that's a tether. That's not an FBA. Bullshit. Because all of that venomous anti-American nonsense is notably known to be born and bred right here in America. And again, I've stated this before, like pro-blacks are just as much as the enemy as foreign criminal terrorists are. In fact, you can find more foreigners that will love and support this country more than pro blacks, which are black Americans in general. By and large, foreigners will show more support and love for this country. Sure, you'll have a Negro that serves in the military, but that doesn't mean that they love the country. It means that they're just trying to get those benefits. I mean, again, this guy was in the military. But again, when you hear the diatribe, blaming everything on racism, blaming everything on slavery, and wanting something bad to happen to this country all the time, wishing for it. It's why they sided with Palestine during the attacks on October the 7th. It's a known thing that pro-blacks that try to get so-called deep, they more often than not, they choose to side with Muslims and specifically Muslim extremists. Again, this guy was said to have an ISIS flag. And I guarantee you, this guy's stated name isn't his real name, like a Tariq Nasheed. So again, pro-blacks are terrorists. Not only do they engage in constant conversation about what they wish bad would happen to America, and especially certain Americans, so-called white. But again, we also know they don't give a damn about other so-called black people, and quite frankly, black people don't give a damn about themselves because they support these type of people. But again, it's not just in conversation; it's in acts, and this is just another terrorist act done by what I believe is a pro-black parading around as a Muslim, which again has been a common practice in this country.